Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Semoskiy Winter, as you could expect. Our heroes today are going to be IIEXITIIIMordo47, playing for the Soviets, and his opponent is going to be Peekstrom, playing for the Germans. Once again, this is from the Sunday Night Fights Season 5 tournament from the round of 128. So, little info on the players. Mordo is the highest ranked one. He is actually ranked higher with his Germans, which is in the 200 range. Soviets, I guess he doesn't... actually, he plays that more. Interesting. Well, anyways, his Soviets is on the 800s, so, you know, it's not as high as the Germans. But yeah, Peekstrom is, well, nowhere near that rank, so we'll just leave it at that. And the seeding is Mordo being 45 and Peekstrom 84. So a little bit, again, disparity, but maybe we'll see an interesting fight. And speaking of interesting fight, we have Peekstrom already selecting his commander, and that is the Mechanized Assault Doctrine, because, well, he's getting himself Assault Grenadiers. First Assault Grenadier squad is actually heading down south to the fuel point. Second one hitting the field right now. So a little bit of a Assault Gren spam. We shall see if there's more of a combined arms effort. We've seen some players do tier 1 with Grenadiers and Assault Grenadiers, you know, just to have that combined effort. But so far it's just, you know, straight tier 0. It's Assault Grens. IIIEXITIIIMordo is just getting himself conscripts like you would expect, and no engagement so far. IIIEXITIIIMordo going for the fuel point up north. It is currently capped by Peekstrom, so he's going to have to decap it and then recap it. And by the time he starts doing that, the Assault Grens are going to fall right on top of them. So the conscripts will probably lose that fight. The Assault Grens are running straight towards them and are going to get on top of them. The conscripts notice that and Ura away. They do manage to get the decap, so the Grenadiers will have to stop and capture the point while they continue to run and get themselves in the house. The house is the best position for the conscripts to be in, so nice decision there for Mordo. They also have 4 windows they can shoot off, so that's decent firepower coming out. Assault Grens in the center also engaging conscripts. The conscripts also decide to jump into the house, so very, very nice thinking there by Mordo. That is really the only way the conscripts can go toe-to-toe with Assault Grenadiers, just jump into houses. The Assault Grenadiers will have very tough time getting them out of there. Obviously, they have their nades they can throw, but they are very expensive. And they don't actually do a lot of damage, or at least reliable damage. In houses, I think they're pretty good. Anyways, so Assault Grens do capture that fuel point up north. We'll see where Peekstrom sends them, and we have a third Assault Gren coming onto the field and going down to this house. Incoming rounds! Second combat engineer squad being built for Mordo means that he's probably going to be building some type of tech with it right now. Also, Mordo did not get himself Molotovs, so it's not a 3 conscripts into Molotov build order, it's a 3 conscripts into engineer. So interesting. Assault Grenadiers decide to ignore the conscripts in the house, just simply move around, capping territory, and the conscripts not having a lot of luck doing a lot of damage to them. Down south, conscripts capturing, more Assault Grens moving around, and combat engineers over here. So the combat engineers were moving out into the field because of the rally point. Can we actually see the rally point? No, we can't. I don't think so. But they do back off, so yeah, they are going to build something. Tier 1 or Tier 2? Probably Tier 1? Considering the fuel he has, I would assume Tier 1.
You need something demolished?
Doesn't have the fuel for it, however, so it's an interesting choice. It will. Oh, there he goes. No, he does have the fuel. Tier 2, interesting. Okay, we'll see what happens. Sorry, a little bit distracted, wanting to know what Mordo is doing. So, Assault Grenadiers pushing up to the very front of Mordo's base. The MG bunkers are not able to shoot them. They are right outside the edge. But, well, Mordo deciding to keep his conscripts in those houses. The most secure place they can be. If they're running around, they are going to get shot down by those Assault Grens. And Peekstrom has not gotten anything else. He does have a lot of manpower, so he could get himself another Grenadier squad. But it looks like he is not inclined to do so. Conscripts and Assault Grens running into each other in the southern field. The conscripts decide to retreat. They know they can't really go toe-to-toe against those Assault Grens, so they're going to retreat. So Mordo going the direct route to get himself a Maxim machine gun. He knows that he can't fight those Assault Grens easily, but with the support of his in-base sector machine guns, he can actually fight those Assault Grens right now. They do crawl out of the range, so they will be fine. And the conscripts are just moving around, capturing territory, doing the best they can. Fourth assault grand squad getting called in by Peekstrom, so he didn't want that. He just floated a little bit of munitions. I guess he was a little bit indecisive. And the Maxim machine gun is getting called in. There it goes. Maxim machine gun on the field, so he now will be able to effectively fight the assault grenadiers. And second Maxim machine gun actually getting called in, so he wants to have as much firepower against the assault grenadiers. Maxim machine gun does set up right in front of the point, opening up on those assault grens. The assault grens are forced off of the field, and the conscripts move up to capture the point and start connecting territories. Second conscript squad moving up for defense, and the Maxim machine gun will probably just move up. There it goes. Second Maxim machine gun hitting the field, so now Mordo can start to swing the momentum back in his favor. He doesn't have a lot of territory captured. He didn't even capture the one down here, so he needs to start recovering map as soon as he can. Maxim machine gun could do by getting itself in the house, but it looks like he's going to be content to put it out in the field, which is fine. It's very mobile. It's very easy to set it up. And there it goes. It sets up right in front of those assault grenadiers. Assault grenadiers getting suppressed instantly. Down goes one of them, and they will get pinned down quite quickly. They do manage to capture the point before retreating, though, so a little bit of a plus there for Peekstrom, but he does end up having to retreat. Tier 2 now on the field for Peekstrom, very usual strat, and he's getting himself that half-track. Half-track will get itself a flamethrower upgrade, we can almost guarantee that, and the assault grenadiers will now have the ability to push forward, so Mordo needs to get himself 18-8s to be able to potentially counter that half-track. Conscript Uraying all over the place, getting themselves in houses, because that is really the only thing they can do to fight those assault grenadiers. Second Maxim machine gun gets turned around to fight those those assault grenadiers. Combat engineers move right on top of them, start burning them with the flamethrower. Maxim machine gun doing a lot of damage since they're pinned down. And the assault grens deciding not to retreat. Now they finally retreat. Maxim machine gun reloads, however, and can actually get a kill. Two of them actually get caught right in front of the arc of fire, but yeah, one actually finally goes down. And conscripts are just moving around the field. Half-track now on the field for Peekstrom. Like I said, it's probably going to be getting its upgrade. And the conscripts are jumping into the house, which if it is getting that flamethrower upgrade is not the best choice. Assault grenadiers probably getting reinforced on the fly with that half-track. No, they actually decide to retreat, and the flamethrower upgrade does pop. It's going to start opening up on that house. Those conscripts need to evacuate the house immediately, and there they go, and they're now going to run. Maxim machine gun supporting their combat engineer friends over here on the left-hand side. The grenadiers are in light cover, so they're managing to stave off that suppression. But there it goes, suppression comes into effect. Flamethrower now going to be probably more effective since they're on the ground, and they're getting cooked alive. The combat engineers never look so terrifying. Look at that damage go down. The assault grenadiers forced off of the field. And conscripts up north just capturing territory. So yeah, very nice decision there by Mordo to get that tier 2 and get those Maxim machine guns. He's now putting the swing of the fight in his favor. Panzer grenadiers getting produced by Peekstrom, so more assault infantry. And the half-track is just pushing into the center, going towards that Maxim machine gun. The Maxim machine gun does do a little bit of damage to it, but it instantly retreats because it knows that it can't really go toe-to-toe against that half-track. Needs to get 18-8s, and he does have 18-8s already produced. Very nice. So we shall see what the follow-up is. Second combat engineer squad down south, just being used to capture territory, and on the right-hand side we have a lone conscript squad going for the victory point.
Mines planted. Now we wait.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector. Our points have fallen to 300. More units are here. We have the point secured, but the
down by the victory point, we see assault grenadiers running into the conscripts. The conscripts are probably going to run into the house as they're doing. It's a very nice response there by Mordo, very quick reaction, because doing so, he has actually managed to keep his conscript squads alive and on the field. Assault grenadiers this time do deny the conscripts the ability to get in the house. The conscripts were going for the victory point, but they do end up having to retreat. Half-track over here on the left-hand side, just hunting for infantry here. And we now have an AT gun on the field for Mordo, so very nice. Should be able to keep that half-track at bay and potentially kill it off if Mordo lands a nice 18-8. Maxim machine gun on the right-hand side, opening up on assault grunts against those combat engineers. The assault grunts do get suppressed. Down goes one of the combat engineers. So we now have the half-track barreling down on that Maxim machine gun, and will open up with his flamethrower, forcing it to get off the field. So the fight on the right-hand side will be lost. There goes the engineers retreating because they know they'll get burned alive by that half-track. There goes the flamethrowers, both being effectuated at the same time. A lot of damage going down, but they will be able to make it out alive. Right-hand side, conscripts did actually manage to win against those assault grunts, it looks like, and they are capturing territory, but another assault grunt squad moving up against them will probably force them up the field. And on the northern side, we see conscripts and combat engineers just moving around, but they don't have any territory connected because the Panzer Grenadiers did actually take that point. Conscripts very low in health, pushing forward. Mordo desperately needs to get himself that triage or field infirmary. Look at that squad. That is about 25% health and 6 man. They are going to die quite quickly, especially to the flamethrower half-track, so he needs to be very careful there. Doctrine selected now for Mordo. That is the... oh, sorry, I blanked. Shock rifle frontline tactics. So he'll be able to get himself KV-8s and IS-2s later on if he wants to. Conscripts on the right-hand side getting mauled by the assault grunts and the flamethrower half-track. It is going to die. It's not going to make it alive. It's not. It can't. There it goes. It dies, yeah. Too far in and too low in health. So one conscript squad down for Mordo. Quite unfortunate. Maxim machine gun opening up on the church. The assault grunts in the church. Really nothing to fear there. No Molotovs researched yet for... Mordo, so he's not able to, flush them out. He does have the flamethrower, so it's going to do some decent damage. And the AT gun is taking some shots at the house, so the assault grenadiers do have to run out of there. But they don't die.
Conscripts ready and willing.
Soviet HQ now includes a field hospital, but only for those who... Supply sector under attack. Structure complete.
So nothing much really happening at this point. We do have tier 3 down for Peekstrom, and he's getting himself a Panzer IV, which is going to be very difficult for Mordo to deal with. But he himself has tier 3 already, which means he'll be able to at least get T-34s. T-34s with the AT guns are a decent combination and can go toe-to-toe against Panzer IVs. If he had a doctrine which gave him a Mark vehicle, then a T-34 by itself could actually go toe-to-toe with the Panzer IV. But interesting, Mordo's actually going for a T-70. Not a bad choice, considering that there's assault grenadiers on the field. Assault grenadiers can't do anything against vehicles, really. So the T-70 could potentially hunt him down and kill him quite easily. It's also a direct counter to the half-track, quite easily. But with the Panzer IV hitting the field, that's actually going to be quite tough. And there's also a pack gun getting produced by Peekstrom. So that T-7 is going to have a tough time. It can still be very viable, just moving around the edges, trying to hunt down stray units. Oh, the half-track's going to go down to the AT gun. It's stuck in the snow, and it misses. This Maxim machine gun needs to move up. No. He could have actually gotten the kill on the half-track. That's quite unfortunate. Oh, well, a little bit of a missed opportunity there for Mordo, but, well, not exactly his fault, really, but, oh, well. Left-hand side, assault grunts all over the place, just capturing territory. Maxim machine gun pushing to the fuel over on the right, and we now have the Panzer IV hitting the field, and the T-70 has already been produced, so too late to back out of it. He doesn't have enough fuel to produce anything else, so he is going to be stuck with that T-70 for a while. He is going over to the north, hunting down that those grenadiers. Can he actually get the kill? Center of the map, the Panzer IV taking some shots at the conscript. The conscript might be able to throw an 18-8 on it. He does have it researched. And the grunts are getting mauled by the T-70. The T-70 is not stopping. There he goes. Backs off. Down to one man. Probably won't be able to get the kill. Grenadier squad does hit retreat, but the T-70 should be able to execute. It needs to chase it down. Chase it down. Yeah, he is chasing it down. Come on, he is stuck in the snow, but he can chase it down. It is a fast vehicle. Come on. Go for it. He needs to at least be worth it getting one of those Grenadier squads. I'm just rooting for him. Come on. Chase it. Chase it. It is going to run into a Maxim machine gun. The Maxim machine gun is set up in a decent angle. Maxim machine gun will shoot at that assault gun, and there it goes. Well, at least he picked up that. Very nice. Panzer IV, though, however, is moving in to try to get the kill on the T-70. The T-70 is out of range, and an 18-8. No, a mine was hit by the Panzer IV. Very nice. Gets itself a damaged engine, and the T-70 will be able to move out to safety. So at least he managed to get himself one kill. A Panzer Grenadier squad did die at one point for Peekstrom. It looks like it was the squad down here that squad down here that ended up dying against the Maxim machine gun and the AT gun, but he is producing another one to replace it. Second AT gun getting produced for Mordo, so he wants to have more anti-tank capabilities. Maxim machine gun getting assaulted by the Panzer IV, needs to retreat, down to 2 men. There it goes, retreat gets activated, and we now have the T-70 going straight on there. And the AT gun right behind that Panzer IV. AT gun does get some good damage on that Panzer IV, but doesn't finish it off. The T-70 is in the center of the map, doing some more damage on those assault grenades. Assault grenade down to a sliver of health. Can he make it out? T-70 needs to pursue it. Come on. Oh, no. Oh, well. Almost got a kill on another squad. And the T-70 might actually be going hunting for Panzer IV. Can he actually do it? It's a very risky maneuver there. Oh, very nice shot there by the AT gun. And the T-70 gets it. Very nice. A squad there gets himself a nice trophy. Must be feeling very good now. So in that maneuver there, with the mine getting hit, the AT gun moving up and getting those shots, and the T-70 finishing it off, Mordo actually gets himself a considerable advantage in this game. He now has that T-70 basically unopposed on the field. There is a pack gun, obviously, that he has to worry about, but the pack gun isn't aiming into the center of the map, where the Panzer Grenadiers are. The Panzer Grenadiers are going to fall through that T-70 quite easily. The pack gun is still not moved. T-70 decides to move along, and oh, it's chasing the half-track for Peekstrom. That half-track is going down. Half-track does get veterancy too, so it's going to take a lot of shots from the T-70, but it will eventually die. There's no denying it. And the AT gun just simply turns around also to just support it and get a shot up on the half-track. Half-track does fall, and there it goes. Very nice. And that was another kill for the T-70, so 2 vehicle kills on that. KV-8 getting called onto the field for Mordo, so he didn't even need to get himself a T-34. And that KV-8 is also going to do incredible damage against Assault Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers. It is ridiculous. Pack gun does get turned around to the center of the map, taking some shots at the conscripts. The T-70 backs away, noticing that, oh wait, I can't actually do much against the pack gun in the frontal assault, but I can go flank it and clear it out if it lets me. And it looks like that is exactly what he's doing, although he is going for the fuel. Yeah, he's going for the fuel, so yeah, this T-70 is going to be a beast. Second Panzer IV getting produced for Peekstrom, trying to recover his losses essentially. Assault Grenadiers jump into the house, trying to get themselves clear from the T-70. And they will. T-70 will take a lot of shots to get him out of the house, but they will eventually die if they don't move out. And the KV-8 is heading into the map. The pack gun does make itself known that it's in this direction. KV-8 can go in for a flank. Maxim machine gun coming up behind it for support. And an incendiary barrage falling right on top of the pack gun and an Assault Grenadier squad. Assault Grenadier squad and pack gun does pack up and move. And the KV-8 is going in for the kill. Exactly what he needed to do. Very nice maneuver there. And the well, it didn't even need to do it. The KV-8 doesn't need to clear out the gun. It goes straight in the fire and dies. KV-8 now just simply stays there for a while. T-70 and the KV-8 could actually do with popping the main gun and clearing out the pack gun, although he looks like he's trying to cap it, which wouldn't be a bad choice. Yeah, he's going for it. Okay, so very nice. So Mordo's going to get himself another AT gun, so he's going to be up to 3. Panzer IV is coming up right in front of the KV-8. No, he's actually not going for the cap. Oh well. Conscript's pushing forward, going to get an 18-8 off on the Panzer IV. And probably going to recruit the AT gun in front of it. No, it was with the engineers. Okay, so the pack gun is going to take some shots at that Panzer IV, at least doing some damage. T-70 does need to back off, however. It is in a very tough position there. And the pack gun returns fire on the Panzer IV, bringing it down to less than half health. And there it goes. Shrek's equipped on the Panzer Grenadiers, doing some damage to the KV-8, but the KV-8 just incinerates them and forces it off the field. So yeah, Mordo basically in a dominant position now. Not much that Peekstrom can do about this. He has lost so much. Down to 3 combat squads and 1 Panzer IV, a very damaged Panzer IV. The pack gun does also get recruit and moves back. And do we have medics? We do have medics. Maybe he'll send it all the way back. KV-8 taking some shots by the Panzer IV. Where are the AT guns for Mordo? One is down south, moving around here, and the other one is looking back over here. So not in the best position. They could do with moving up a little bit more to the center of the map, supporting that KV-8, but I suppose that's fine. T-70 over on the left-hand side, just supporting the Maxim machine gun, capturing the fuel. Maxim machine gun could probably do with staying in this side of the map just to prevent any infantry movement through here. And we have conscripts just capturing territory. So, yeah, I mean, Mordo is in a dominant position. He could potentially just save all his fuel right now to get himself a an IS-2 eventually. He doesn't have enough cap, pop cap that is, to get one. But, you know, what else is he going to spend it on right now? He's in a position basically where he is going to start floating manpower. So, assault grunts in the center, getting roasted by the KV-8. The KV-8 stays in the center, really with no problem. AT gun set up in the center, going to take some shots at that Panzer IV. Panzer IV going to have to back away. Interestingly enough, the AT gun doesn't shoot. I guess it... Huh. Was it shot blocked by this little bush there? Interesting. I don't know. Anyways, right-hand side, conscripts taking a shot at those assault grenadiers. We have Maxim machine gun in the area, and an AT gun also here defending the approach. And more conscripts and combat engineers moving up. We'll need to repair those tanks, and yeah. This T-70 does have veterancy 1, so Mordo could use it to cap more territory, you know, just moving around. But it doesn't look like he's inclined to do that. Center map, KV-8 gonna go once again, burning those Panzer Grenadiers. IS-2 now unlocked. Artillery barrage falling down by Peekstrom. The combat engineers do back off. Oh, very nice shot there by the artillery barrage. Actually nails that combat engineer squad and clears it out. That, however, would allow, just barely, Mordo to get himself the IS-2. He doesn't have enough resources for it just yet, but, you know, it's an option. Panzer IV gets cleared out. It gets abandoned. The Panzer Grenadiers get killed off completely, dropping their Panzerschreck. And the Pioneers also get cleared out by the remaining conscripts and AT guns. So Panzer IV is going to get recruited by the conscripts. The conscripts also hoorah to get themselves a Shrek. And the Panzer IV needs to move out of the way and get repaired. That is quite amazing. I honestly don't see anything that Peekstrom can do, but like I mentioned in the previous game, since it's a tournament, players are less inclined to just simply leave the game, and it looks like they're just going to stay in the game, trying as hard they can until the game tells them that they're done. So let's see how long it takes for Peekstrom to throw in the towel or die. Victory point wise, 221 for Mordo, while 377 for Peekstrom. So Peekstrom, up until this point, has actually dominated with the victory points. Isn't still in a winning position there. So he has a little bit of time, but he doesn't have the resources or units to do much. I mean, the KV-8 is quite capable of killing all his infantry. And there's a T-70 that is also quite capable of killing all his infantry, so nothing much he can do. He just simply move around, delay tactics, delay, but that's it. Once again, I would suggest for Mordo use his T-70 in a capping fashion and just send it to the edges and start capping those territories if you want. It's not currently doing much. Grenades going down by those grenadiers. The conscripts dodged that quite nicely. Maxim machine gun in the area there for support. Gets a suppression on the assault grenadiers, and the assault grenadiers will have to retreat or die. Down to one man, doesn't manage to capture that point, and the conscripts just simply move up and will be able to capture the point once again. So yeah, I mean, the game is over. The game has been over for a while, but, well, Peekstrom refuses to surrender, and we'll see how long it takes him. Mordo's trying to float manpower because he can. He doesn't really have much he can do. He's already pop capped. He got a Panzer IV, which increased his population cap pretty much to the max. And yeah. Maxim machine gun and conscripts. Conscripts actually taking a bundle nade. Oh, conscript squad goes down in its entirety. Maxim machine gun not actually angled. There it goes. Finally, one guy crawls into the range. Maxim machine gun not angled properly, but the Panzer Grenadiers are fixing that for it. They just go into the zone. and get themselves pinned down. Pagon moves up to the front of Peekstrom's base. Conscripts with a Panzerschreck in the center, just capturing territory, and the T-70 now finally used in a camping faction going around capturing territory, denying even the few amount of resources that Peekstrom could get are being denied now. So more Panzer Grenadiers on the field, moving over to the right hand side, getting reinforced slightly, and yeah. Interesting choice. So he gets himself the Stuck 3. Not bad, I guess. I mean, there are AT guns on the field, obviously, for mortar that it has to worry about, but there aren't... Well, never mind. I was going to say there were no tanks that at least to fear that much, because the T-70 isn't going to do much against it, and the KV-8 is more against infantry. It does have its main gun that could potentially damage it, but there is that stolen Panzer IV. If it moves over to counter that, that's going to be quite easy. So Stug 3 and the Panzer Grenadiers moving over to the right-hand side victory point. The Stug is going to start working on that Maxim machine gun. And we now have the T-70 going straight into the base of Peekstrom. He decides, you know what, I can go in here and do a lot of damage. KV-8 could also do with getting in there, and the Panzer IV moves in as well. So now this is a base race situation, essentially. Well, actually, no, not base race. Base... Well, it's not a base trade is what I'm trying to say. It's more just going in for the base kill. Stug over here shooting the Maxim machine gun, but there was an AT gun there for support, so it goes down. Panzer Grenadier still there, not getting shot by the Maxim machine gun. Incendiary barrage falling down on top of the base sector. The Panzer Grenadiers do move up and throw a nice volley on that T-70. The Panzer IV also gets damaged to about half health. If he had sent the KV-8 in there, those Panzer Grenadiers would have been dead already, but he's somewhat reluctant to send the KV-8 for some reason. He does have a lot of resources and manpower that he can spend to replace tanks that he loses, so I mean, at this point, you know, just go for it. Go balls deep. Pack-on backing off, getting shot by the defecting Pack-on. Pack-on gonna start working on the bunker, and there goes the KV-8 finally deciding to move in. Panzer Shreks being used inside the base. Stolen Panzer Shrek, that is. Panzer Grenadiers trying to move around. And the Maxim machine gun down south actually ended up having to retreat. The Panzer Grenadiers did manage to force them off of the field. The AT gun is there. Could potentially throw a barrage, but we have the KV-8 moving in that direction. No, it actually stopped there. Okay. Pack-on gets decrewed. Sorry if I sound a little bit unenthusiastic. I mean, the game isn't really that compelling at this point, but I have also been casting a lot of games in a row, and I'm actually a little bit tired. I'm gonna take a break after this one, which obviously you guys won't notice because you should see the video uploading. But yeah, my head's starting to hurt a little bit, so we'll take a little break, probably get some food. So, conscripts working on the base sector with the Panzer Shrek. We have Pack-on and the Panzer IV and T-70 getting repaired up north. KV-8 not being used in the base sector. We have the Panzer Grenadiers moving to the fuel, which apparently is the critical point. Incendiary rounds landing right on top of the Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers retreating, still in the fire. They're not going to be able to do much. They need to get themselves out of the fire, and there they go. Finally walk out, very low in health. Panzer IV moves up, going to take a shot at the Tier 3, so no more Panzer IVs for the German player. Down goes Tier 2, so no more Panzer Grenadiers or packs or anything, and the Shreks are now working on the base sector. So yeah, this is probably going to be a player kill, because the victory points are 221 to 257, so it's going to take a while. KV-8 going into the center, chasing down that Panzer Grenadier squad. Does burn it alive, so the Panzer Grenadiers need to retreat and just send that KV-8 into the base. KV-8 can do so much damage and kill those Panzer Grenadiers quite quickly. More shots landing on the base sector. Pioneers getting called in. And the T-70 moves in to start getting more kills. Veteran C2 active on the T-70. Assault grids getting called in. Incendiary barrage landing right on top of the base sector, and the Panzer Grenadiers getting cooked alive. Down goes the ones with the Panzer Shreks. no more anti-tank damage. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Finally, the KVA decides to join the party. And the last unit actually gets... No, it dies. There it goes. Okay, finally goes the player kill. So yeah, once again, guys, sorry about this. Like I said, it is the tournament, and players are reluctant to leave the game, you know, until the game tells them that they cannot stay in. So yeah, so the game's drag on a little bit more, but that's fine. Good game there by Mordo, quite a decisive victory. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.